are you guys doing today? I hope you guys are kicking some butt and doing amazing. We're back with Entropia Universe, of course. I'm going to be doing some casual codexing and hunting. The goal really is to push us to a whole 100 in our intelligence, which I now mixed bag. Everybody will have different opinions if that's a giant accomplishment or not. For me, it's a giant freaking accomplishment, so it is. I mean, because at the end of the day, I'm not that concerned with if other people think it's an accomplishment. You know what I'm saying? More want to focus on if it's an actual accomplishment to ourselves than like hey, let's take a public survey on that. But I feel 100 intelligence super big accomplishment when we finally do knock it out. We will eventually knock it out. Looks like I have a little crap on me. Um, but mostly we're good. Okay, so obviously Zoodles, I haven't hunted a ton of them because we're at rank 2 on this. Reality wise, on our intelligence, I'll show you where we are. 94, boom. So we have a little bit to go, but not a ton. I want to get that down. Being sloppy with my controls. Okay. So we're going to knock out a bunch of Zoodles. The Zoodles are going to give me at least one of those codex scores within this giant amount of hunting we're going to do. Kinda ugly mob. And in all honesty, I haven't hunted a ton of Zoodle hunting. Well, we can see that because we're at rank 2 on this codex. But the thing is, that's the great thing about Arkadia. I'm actually at rank almost nothing on a ton of these mobs. And so the Zoodle is just one of the very many mobs that we're not quite anywhere near codex 2 on. So basically, this planet is huge amounts of low-hanging fruit. Basically, guys. Hope you're having a great day, Peruch. By the way, um, also, Firebug. I've got your pet on me too, just in case you want to swing by and grab it, or I'll get a hold of you and arrange a time to swing it by you too. I can do that. I don't know what planet you're on yet. I'll check in a second. But I moved it specifically to the side just for the record. That way it's not even a, hey, I forget about it. We mess up and I have to deal with trying to deposit some stuff to get, like that takes like 2 seconds to do, so that's not going to be an issue. But if I put it to side immediately upon when you guys do something, it makes it so much easier. I'm getting a lot of Coria border timber here, guys. That's a good thing. I use the crap out of that if I want to do a furniture run on this planet, in which we do want to. Hey, Snow Ranger, I hope you're having a great day also. I feel I'm dominating right now. My coffee's pretty good. I'm actually having black coffee though today, and here's why. Because minutes ago I made coffee, and I didn't go to the store yet. And so I realized I was out of freaking cream. Now, I'm not anti-black coffee, so I can handle that. But I'm going to be honest. I do appreciate coffee and cream. It's okay. I'm going to go to the store later. I'm going to be honest. I'm not the biggest fan of going to the store. Or shopping at all in general. I'm not really exactly sure how so many people do so much shopping. I'm glad everybody does because it helps the economy and such. But honestly, myself, that's not how I like to spend my time. And I know people who I like a lot and think highly of. So if any of you are listening, I do actually think you're awesome. Um, but literally, they go shopping as like their social thing. Like, where if I wanted to hang out with somebody, there's a long list of stuff I would like to do. Going to the mall is not on any of them, ever. Oh, supposedly people say it's healthier. I'm not trying to switch, I just was lazy. Oh, yeah. No crap, because there's nothing covering it up at all. So if you mess up the coffee or make it bad, it's just going to taste like crap. Yeah, I get you there. You can kind of doctor up bad coffee with cream and sugar, but if you're just having it black straight all the time, you probably want to know how to make your coffee. Have you ever tried one of those French presses? I'm going to tell you, time-wise, I felt like I was the most wasteful coffee maker in the world. But a French press is actually freaking delicious coffee. It's like super potent coffee. I don't use one in my real life, like, but I have used one. You know what I'm saying? And then when it broke, I went right back to a normal coffee pot because it was super more work than just making a pot of coffee. But the hands down quality was really good. It is a bunch of work, right? That's why people that have French press regularly, they have people that they just tell, get me a cup of French press or something. I don't know. If you actually have to do stuff with your day, you can't French press each cup of coffee, guys. Like you could, but you spend a lot of time French pressing coffee. It is super good. It is too much work. I agree. I'm not trying to insinuate that it's not overly wasteful work-wise. It's just straight a good cup of coffee. I wish it wasn't so much work for a good cup of coffee, honestly. Freaking excellent coffee you get out of that, but man, and yeah, I agree. Cleaning, you gotta boil all the water, gotta put it in there, do all the stuff, shove it through that little French press thingamajiggy, pull it out, then you gotta clean it up all the time between each batch of coffee. And if you're like me and you drink a lot of coffee, which by the way, it does slow you down a little, it starts feeling like you're doing a ton of work just to get some coffee. I don't like feeling like that much work for a cup of coffee. I mean, like, but I did like the coffee. That's fact. If I was ever super rich and had like a butler robot, because I'm not really thinking I want to boss another person around that bad. I mean, I'm not that big of a, hey, my ambition is to see how many people I can boss around in life. I'd rather just work with people on stuff. But a robot, if it wanted to make me French press coffee and deliver it to me all the time, then clean up afterwards, that robot would have value. I don't know how much. I'm probably not the guy that's going to buy that either, to be honest. Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. Like, it's just not realistic for if you're doing it yourself. Like, if you had people, like, if you were, like, super rich and you're just like, hey, do this as I'm doing other things throughout your day because your people just do whatever you say, um, then it's probably super nice to just be like, nah, grab me another coffee and I only drink French press. But when you have to, like, stop what you're doing, go boil some water, then, like, go put the water in the thing with the coffee, squirt it through the little French press thingy-majiggy. Do you know what? I saw an insane coffee making system. It was just a social media video, but it was some kind of old coffee maker thingy-majiggy. And I'm gonna tell you, I have not had coffee made the way it was doing it, but all kinds of stuff was happening with it. It definitely was not an amateur coffee maker. Man, I'll find video one day. Maybe we'll just. I might have to do a video where, or a stream where I don't actually play a video game. I don't know. I like to show you guys stuff, but sometimes it doesn't really fit into what we're doing. French press is yummy though. You know the other ones that, no, I like percolators. Now this thing did a whole bunch of crazy stuff. Like I'm like, it was like if somebody had took an alchemist retort and a bunch of other crap and decided to just like make a coffee machine out of it. It's crazy overcomplicated for a cup of coffee. But it did look like it would work. I'm sure they're getting good coffee. I'm never going to go that far out of my way to make a cup of coffee. Way too much work. You know what I did have though for a while, but then I thought, frick, this thing's stupid and it's wasteful, and then they kept breaking too. That made me mad. I went through like 2 or 3 of those K-cup thingy-majiggies where you just put the pods in and hit the button and you get some good coffee or hot chocolate or whatever you want. And honestly, those weren't that great. I didn't like them. I bought 2 of them too, and they break too fast. Like they don't last as long as a real coffee pod. Some of their flavors just basically suck. They're not that, I don't know. Some of their flavors were good though. I remember I thought to myself, hey, I wish I had a Dunkin' Donuts, because their Dunkin' Donuts little coffee pod, that thing was good. I don't have a Dunkin' Donuts in my area though, so. Yeah, the pour over stuff too. Yeah, I'm not doing that. The pour over method, I did that when I was camping. Before, out of desperation. It works too. Like, or if something breaks and you have to make some coffee, that's when I've used the pour over method, guys, the most. Is like if like something's like not working in your kitchen all of a sudden, and then you take the filter out of your like coffee pot and you're like, well, my coffee pot just broke, but I'm gonna have coffee today. So then you're like sitting there with the coffee filter and like, and then boom, pour over method. That's really how that makes me feel like every time. Because that's pretty much how, when I use the pour over method, is my coffee pot just broke. Not, it hasn't currently. Let's not mojo that up. Currently my coffee pot still works, which is a miracle because those things break like crazy. Don't you guys hate it when you like get ready to have some coffee, you go and set it up, you hit the button, you go to jump in the shower or something thinking, hey, I'm going to jump out, I'm going to get some coffee. And when you get out, there is none because the coffee pot is broken somewhere in the process of the last pot you got. Yeah, I don't like that at all. That has happened to me. Okay, we're trying to get that. See where we are. Okay, we're at 95, thank God. You know the coffee I want to try, but I definitely am not, I'm not going to make that either. Have you watched the Turkish dudes? Like, and I'm not sure if this is a real thing or if this is just a tourist thing that they got dudes, but they have like little shot glass looking coffee cups, and they got some, I don't know, like hot sand or hot coals of some kind. I haven't figured out what's going on with it, honestly. And they take and they swoosh them around in, like, I think it's hot sand, guys, but who frick knows at this point, you know? And then it looks super thick coffee. Like, we're talking like, holy crap, probably make you like cop a buzz coffee. And they swoosh it around the sand, and then it bubbles a bunch, and then they give you it. Honestly, I think that's probably yummy. I don't know if I would drink it immediately because it'd probably scold my face off, but I think that's probably good coffee. And we definitely do not have a Turkish coffee place where I live. I don't have a Dunkin' Donuts, but there's for sure not a Turkish one too. Man, I wish I had a Dunkin' Donuts, guys. Oh, that's not bad. We're doing pretty good on this looting situation. I don't know why, but in my mind, Dunkin' Donuts is just gonna be freaking so delicious. Do you know, in my area, we did have one of those Krispy Kreme donuts places. And honestly, it was freaking epic. It was a really good place. I think they were doing good business. Blah, blah, blah. I could go get myself a Krispy Kreme donut. I'm going to tell you what, guys. My understanding, and this is just an understanding, the people that own it were a husband and wife owner type thing. And of course, the idiot, I think, and I'm not really sure 100%, but I'm pretty sure. That's a pretty good drop. The guy had to do a dumb move, and I think he might have messed up and messed around with one of his little donut making honey sweet girl employees. And now I don't have a donut shop anymore. I mean, like, his marriage too sucks now, I'm sure, or maybe isn't existing, but um, yeah, those bad decisions, they cost us a donut shop. I know a lot of you guys are probably not that concerned about the Krispy Kreme. But I'm going to just let you know, if you own a highly successful business and people like it, we definitely. Oh, I'm honestly, yeah, that's what I'm wanting, a fresh Dunkin' Donuts. I'm not wanting one that wants to cook the old stuff, man. Like, legitimately, I'm going to tell you, the area I live, we don't have a lot of bakeries. In fact, if I wanted super good baked food, I don't even know where I would go. Like, if I wanted like just super buttery crisp croissants or something, I would probably have to drive to Denver. Maybe not. I mean, like, I believe I would have to drive to Denver, I'm gonna just say. And I'm not really a fan of driving up to Denver, to be honest. It's a neat town and stuff, but I'm not really that into, hey, let me head to the city for the day for a croissant. Just gonna say. But Denver is super neat. Just I'm not really sure about what their croissant scene is looking like. They're just if oh, look at that. I got an Unreal Tax token. I like it when we get those. I'm needing tons of those so I can get rich when I'm just joking. So we can have some cash flowing into us when they do the Unreal Engine. I really am waiting for that. Voodoo! I've heard of these guys. You okay? So I've never had them. Voodoo in Denver's good? I've heard of these guys. Legitimately. Several freaking times. I've never had them. Have you had them? I'm going up to Denver soon. I haven't like made a plan, so it's not like an official on this day I shall be in Denver. But I have to once in a great while, just for sanity's sake, get out of town and just like not be in town. And that can either be going like camping, going to Mesquite, Nevada. I don't like Las Vegas. Las Vegas is too much for me a little bit, but Mesquite is chill as crap, right? Like you don't really do much. And I'm not a huge gambler, so, but I like food. And I'll sit there and I'll play some slot machines. They give you free booze in Mesquite when you're playing slot machines, you guys. In a lot of places they do that. In Vegas they used to, but now they only give you like, they'll bring you drinks, but like most casinos know how much money you're cycling through you per like hour or something like that. Or I don't know, some amount of time. They know. They know what you're spending. And so if you're like cycling the correct amount of cash through yourself, you get free drinks. But if you're not, you're not, right? So one time I was playing Deuces Are Wild at this bar. And I was playing pretty fast. And my buddy was not playing very fast. And I kept on ordering like drinks and getting free drinks because I was playing within the speed rate that they require you to play in, which they didn't tell me what that was, but I was within the rate. And my buddy ordered the drink and they charged him, and we were sitting right next to each other. So this is how we found this out. You have to be gambling at a certain rate. And it's like some weird rate, like, because I didn't feel that me and my buddy were like gambling at totally $1,000,000% different rates, you know what I mean? But some amount of dollars per minute, free drinks. If you like are just a little bit slower than that, chilling a little bit, they're just like, no, that will be this much dollars. So in all honesty, guys, if you're just having rum and cokes or something like that, which I like rum and cokes if I'm in Vegas, spiced rum and coke specifically, actually, um, you have to gamble at a certain rate, or don't gamble at all. Like, I actually don't like do horrible when I play. I basically just like sit there at a table like grinding even. I don't like make money, but I don't really do anything. I just like sit there with the same amount of money mostly. And so if they're just gonna serve me free drinks for sitting there with the same amount of money and playing again and again, I will take a free drink or two. Now at two, I'm done because that's when I know that that's like, whoa, I'm gonna make super bad decisions because I'm not actually a good drinker. Like, some people can just like, they could probably grab a giant bottle of something and drink it and they'd maybe survive that. I would not. Like, I'm a super lightweight. Like, when I was in college, seriously, girls in the business department knew that they could outdrink me. Like, it wasn't like oh, could we outdrink Donald? It was for sure, they could outdrink me. Now, could they outdrink most of my friends? Frick, no. Was that ever a goal to be able to outdrink a bunch of people for me? Not really. Just not that into it. But I do know that I'm not the guy. If you guys are ever like in a drinking competition and you're like looking around the room for somebody to join in on you, I'm good for 2 drinks if they're not very strong. And I mean that's like legit. And like if it's something like I don't know if you guys have ever had real moonshine. Oh my freaking god, no. That stuff is so fucking disgusting. And it will just so tear you up. That stuff is super gross. I mean, and I'm not trying to be mean to the people that are like, hey, that's my cup of tea. God, that stuff's awful. I don't even know. Like, it's super powerful, though. I've had people hook me up with some moonshine before multiple times, and I have never ever thought that was like anything but like frick gross. Like just holy crap, how people can even get that down? Like I got it down and stuff, and then you're like breathing, like 'cause you have to breathe through that crap, and then it hits you, and that stuff hits you warm. Like you know how like booze will hit you a little bit, but that's like a serious its own holy crap that wasn't meant for human consumption type thing. I'm not a definitely not the guy that's gonna help you in that competition, honestly. That's I hope you have really good drinking friends for that. Holy crap. Honestly, you guys, can I tell you, I offended the crap out of a dude. So I was over at this house, and honestly, the people were super nice, so that was kind of cool. But uh, I'm not a super big drinker, right? So I'm obviously not a super refined drinker. I don't know which booze you're supposed to set there going like that. I don't know. You do get lit quickly on moonshine, like super, and it's heady as crap. Like nah, that stuff's not. That's woo. That's a no. But man, I got confused on what I was saying. Yeah, I'm not a good drinker. That's what I'll say. Just not at all. I'll go drinking and eating with you. That's what I'll do. I'm good at the eating and having a margarita part. I'm gonna tell you what though, guys. If you come to Colorado and you go to a Mexican restaurant and you order a margarita, know that they make the margaritas serious. They're not trying to mess around. They always taste good, but you gotta be careful, cause they're not like Applebee's. That's that one restaurant. Applebee's, you order an Applebee's margarita, they're like, oh, I'm not shooting you at the quarry. No, no, I'm not shooting you. Are you being shot at the quarry right now? I'm right here. And most of the time when I shoot people, it's usually either with a fireball or a vehicle kill, and it's in PvP areas. Are you being shot by somebody? Yeah, no, I'm not shooting people. I do scan people at the quarry though. I haven't though today. Hold on, we just finished some kind of mission INF challenge crap. Hold on, I've got to find this. Dun, dun, dun. There's a whole lot of these. IMF Zudal challenge. Holy crap. Oh, it's just different ones. So we're done with that one. Okay. I'm going to have to work on these. Oh, it wouldn't shock me. This is super good armor. It's not that popular though, so it kind of a little shocks me. But no, I was not attacking you earlier. But I do attack people once in a while. But it's usually like with an idea behind it, not randomish. And at the core, you can't kill people. And so it doesn't really give you something on this planet either. Unless they've added some new PvP stuff to this planet that I don't know about, you guys. And in all honesty, this planet, they probably do need a PvP mission. My understanding is that it's super popular to kill people over here at this drill rig. I've killed somebody there, I think, one time a long time ago. But there's not a mission on this planet. Like, here's the deal. Every single planet should have a kill 100 people mission. And then there should be a galactic mission to kill 100 people on each planet. I know that sounds ridiculous, you know what I mean? But there really should be kill missions for that side of the game. There should even be a kill mission for space. And I know a lot of people are like, well, that's not nice, that's blah blah, that's only helping the pirates. So what? That is part of the game. Like, on top of that, it would be nice to see a couple different socks that actually did space combat or something once in a great while. But, you know, like, all of the things that they can do to expand the piece of the game that other people play or that you play is all good. And so, like, people killing missions should be part of this game. It just doesn't have to be your part of the game. But for the most part, it's totally pointless to kill people in this game. The only place that I know of that has even a achievement for killing people, guys, is Rocktopia. And that's the only place I know of that has an achievement for that. And I'll show you it under the achievements, under PvP. If you look, you can get a bunch of PvP here. There's a kill 250 mission for the PvP stuff. We're working through it. That's the last one I have. But literally, that's a vanity thing. That does nothing for me. I won't get anything for that. I'll finish it. It'll be finished. I'll be able to be like, oh, I finished that accomplishment for killing 250 players. They're not going to give me anything for that. It's literally just an accomplishment. And so to me, holy crap, yes, that's what we say. We like it when they global. That was a really little global, but I'll take it. But in all honesty, I wish there was a kill 100 on every planet. Now, my understanding is there is a kill mission, and there's rewards on Cyrene now with the hub, and there's been. I don't do the hub, but my understanding is there's reasonable PvP. Yeah. So, but that's it. There's the Cyrene kill mission. But you guys get why I say that there really should be a kill 100 shootdowns in space mission that gives some kind of reward for killing other players. And that's just my belief. And it doesn't mean loot other players. I'm not saying you need to pirate 100 other players. But I do think that it would be healthy for the game if a few people were working on some kind of reward list in which there was some kind of reasonable action in space outside of just being stalked out of space stations by pirates. Yeah. They could just give you a PvP title too. To sport above your head. I mean, like, I would like something out of it. I'm not going to dedicate a huge amount of my playtime to it, period, though. Because in all honesty, I'm not really that big of, hey, let me just go around killing a bunch of random people. But I do know that that's part of the game. It's part of the game for a huge chunk of people. And I don't really think they developed it at all. In fact, there should be a separate mission for 100 vehicle kills and 100 just kill kills. No, that was a really good one too. Guys, we're getting some great drops today. I don't even know what to say. I think we're doing good. Yeah, PvP titles are reasonable. They're not like a hey. I'd like to get something out of it though, for reals. Like, and you know the other one that I think that they need some mobs that do some psychic frickin' damage. Like, no crap. Even put them in a instance or something. People would run the instance. Nobody has any like of the blocking skill for psychic damage because there's no mobs. And nobody wants to just sit there with their buddy exchanging fire and a psychic firepower to build it up. I've even thought about it before. Do I want to just get a cheap frickin' thing and have one of my friends just spike the crap out of me to try to work it up? I'm not willing to do that. They should have a mob. I mean, I'm just saying, a mob, a single psychic mob. Hey, Alicia, thank you very much. I hope you're having a great day, by the way. Kicking some butt, doing big things, right? I really do want to get something big done this year. I don't know what it's going to be. I got to figure that out. I'm not letting this year pass without doing something big. Besides what we do here, which I consider just our stuff we do now. Um, Before we were monetized, getting monetized, that was our big goal. You know what I'm saying? Now we've been monetized for a little bit. Been doing this. I've got to figure the goal out. Something big. That's not just necessarily, involving streaming or YouTube. It could be, I don't know. It needs to be big though. I love naps. Honestly, guys, I know people don't like to admit it or something, supposedly. I don't care if you sound old if you love naps. Naps are freaking epic. I'm going to tell you, one day when I'm super well off, one of my biggest ways I know I'm going to be well off is because I could just take a nap in the middle of the day and nobody can say anything. I don't know. I'm not needing to take a nap around a frickin' swimming pool in the middle of the day. Honestly, that's not what I'm wanting. A nice relaxing nap in the day, though. That's how you know you've made it, you guys. If you can take a nap in the day. I do love naps. They make you feel so freaking good. And some people are like, nah, I don't like them. How can you not like a nap? Like, I love the feeling. I like to wake up, stretch. That's freaking nice. I hope your nap was super good. Naps make you feel worse? Oh, then you're freaking running on super empty then, man. Some people say that though, so honestly, since everybody reacts and everybody's different, I don't want to try to dictate that somebody else has to do how it goes for me. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I really do like naps. Sometimes though, if I wake up from a nap, I feel I have to fight out of it. I don't get to take naps enough. Not enough at all. And I have a younger daughter, right? And in my mind, she should want to take frickin' naps. No. She legitimately, if I'm trying to get her to take a nap, she thinks that I'm trying to like take away part of the universe or something. I don't know. Until she's taking a nap. Holy crap, we just globaled a small global, but it is a global. We're globally nice. See, they're loving us. A bird just hit my window. I don't like that. You guys, it would be a little awkward if a bird flew through my window in the middle of a stream. I'm gonna just be honest. I'm not. think I would have to. Thank you very much, by the way. Yeah, I'm not really sure what we would do if that happened. I have a window right there and a window right there, and for some reason, and I'm not really sure, every little while, birds just like decide to fly into my windows. Sometimes pretty freaking hard, too. Like, and it's not every day, because then I would think something weird was going on. Seriously. I would be a little worried. If every day a bird, like, hit my window, I mean, because that seems abnormal, to be honest. It's often enough that I still think it's abnormal. I don't like it. I don't know if you guys ever watched that Stephen King's The Birds, which honestly, I think Stephen King's mostly an overrated writer, but um, actually super overrated. I've read a bunch of his stuff. It's okay. It's a story. Um, he's very imaginative. That's what I think. Like, but his writing isn't absolutely that great. Out of everybody I can think of, I'm not thinking Stephen King stuff. But in all honesty, I'm not really a big fan of a ton of writers that are modern writers. And then there's a whole bunch of writers you never hear about that are freaking excellent writers. Honestly, my wife has a series of books, right? Several series. She doesn't write them, she reads them. She should write books, honestly. But uh, one of them's called like something like The Moaning or some crap like that. It's a scandalous book, but it's even better written than most of Stephen King's stuff. It's just a little bit freaking risque, to be honest, in my mind. But everybody likes their own genre of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then there's this book that I haven't found it again. I loaned a copy of it to somebody. But there's a super freaking dark Peter Pan story that somebody wrote. And I mean, it's super freaking dark. And I don't know who wrote it. I read it like a few years ago, gave it to a bunch of people, got it back and forth, gave it to somebody, and I don't remember what happened. Like, I don't remember if I gave it to somebody, it was like somebody's boyfriend, girlfriend, and a breakup happened. Or, well, something happened. And I don't remember what the exact detail is, but somehow I was unable to get that book back and had to acknowledge that basically it wasn't realistic. Like, I think somebody broke up and somebody left town or something. With my book. I know, right? Um, but it was super well written. I just haven't found another copy and I don't know who the author was. But I would suspect that that author actually does an amazing job on their writing. Of course, the sad thing is, oh, The Last Wish? I'll read it. I read a reasonable amount and pretty freaking fast. So it kind of frees me up to having some time to read stuff. I like reading, honestly, over TV and stuff especially. Like, for one, do you guys ever feel that, like, the pace of the story that they're portraying to you on TV is at an extraordinarily slow and almost mentally handicapped pace? Holy crap, we are just globaling. That is 3 freaking globals. They've all been little. I'm okay with that. When you're reading a book, you're able to basically absorb stuff at the pace that you're able to read at. And it's frustrating if you read slow, but if you're a fast reader, it doesn't feel like it's moving as slow as TV. On top of that, I really do feel that TV anymore literally is structured and I'm trying to think of how to say it. Low intelligence viewers. And I'm not trying to be mean. Like, it's the only way to say it. They're not trying to make you feel like they're delivering content to the highest denominator. You know what I'm saying? I hope nobody feels like that's what's going on with TV. Like, literally, they're like, make sure anybody that thinks at a fourth grade level can understand and comprehend the subject matter. And then they're only semi-accurate with it because they simplify it down to such ridiculous bullcrap. That's what I feel. I like it when they add backstories to games. Honestly, more stories should have backstories. That's actually why I like prequels to stuff sometimes. You know that Fire and Ice book? They call it something on TV. What the crap they call it on TV? So there's a I don't know. They call it something on TV. It's popular on TV. They made it into some kind of TV show. Well, basically, um, the prequel to it, which I can't remember what it's called because I read it a long time ago, is much better. And I'm not trying to diss that. Oh. It's Game of Thrones is what they call it on TV. That's the crap part of the story. And it's not done very well. I mean, like, it's done okay. I have only watched a couple episodes, which is kind of nice to only watch a couple episodes of something like that. It seemed like it might be okay. I might would watch it if I didn't have other things to do, to be honest. You know one I did watch, though? It's Game of Thrones, yeah. And honestly, that's okay. But do you know that there's a prequel to that Fire and Ice, the Kingdoms of Fire and Ice? I can't remember what it is. Didn't I just fix this? Oh, I forgot to fix it. Oh, I must have an attachment on this that's broke down. Okay, detach attachment. Yeah, I can't remember what the prequel is to it, but it's super good too. See, that's the thing. A lot of the books that the stuff comes from is better than what they choose to put on TV. Not always. There's a couple that I'm pretty sure that the TV show was better than the other stuff, but I don't know what those are necessarily offhand, but there's likelihood that at least a couple producers got handed some kind of crap burger type things, and they're like, you know what? I'm going to just go this direction, and they probably made something palatable that was just total crap. I hope that happens once in a while. But for the most part, it's just like they get something and they just skip it out there like a piece of junk. The one that I'm... Oh, so many. So many, actually, now that I'm thinking of it. Yeah. I don't know what to say. I never read The Matrix. I don't know if that's a real book or not. I thought that movie was really a great concept. Like, that I didn't feel like was super... Oh! You know, I've never played the Witcher games either, but I did start watching the Witcher series on Netflix legitimately, and I think it's fascinating. It's a little edgy. It pushes the edge a little bit. And guys, I haven't seen very far into it, but I thought that at least the first two seasons that I have saw were pretty freaking good. Like, I don't know. It's interesting. Didn't that show though have a bunch of drama or some crap? Yeah, it's a good show. You know the other series that I watched that I didn't read the book, so I don't know. There's probably a book series to it. But I watched a show called The 100, right? And no crap. It literally was super good. And it went so far out of line for like the end is so far from where you would think the beginning is gonna be. It's like crazy. But their characters were super freaking likable. Legitimately, they had me totally in love with that um Clark girl, like 100%. They had smitten me with that storyline. That by the time they had that commander girl in there, I was 100% smitten. Like I thought that storyline was epic good. I don't know if it's a book or not, but honestly, I probably wouldn't read it because I enjoyed that series so much that I'm totally content with it. I thought that was super well done. And honestly, when somebody flipped it on and I sat down, I'm like, yeah, no, I'll watch this. It was like that first episode and stuff, and I literally thought this is not gonna be my cup of tea. I thought this is a teen drama. Legitimately, that's kind of what I thought. And I had almost dismissed it as like, oh, this is some kind of freaking teen drama crap. I'm not gonna watch this crap. And I watched it enough that thank God I was able to form an intelligent opinion that it wasn't just based on it looked like a teen drama. Um, and I'm not gonna say it's not very teen drama-y, but no crap, that was super well done. Whoever wrote that, they did a excellent job. They literally should not be absolutely good writing. If it matches anywhere at all. Like I thought there were great plot twists in it. I thought when they had her kill that one boy that she was in love with, that was super good. I thought that the whole thing with that whole mountain, you know, the something mountain where they had killed all the people that were in the fallout shelter with the nuclear stuff. I thought that was a little, yeah. It was super good, huh? Yeah, that was a good series. I haven't watched another series that was like on that. Holy crap. I could binge watch the crap out of that for a while. I would like it if somebody would like to put out something like that. I also, for the record, really liked the Firefly series when it was on sci-fi and crap. Sci-fi pisses me off. You guys ever feel that way about the Sci-Fi Channel? Those jerks, they get such good stuff, and then it's gone. Like, so there was Space Above and Beyond a real long time ago. Honestly, was a super good series. Poof, gone. Oh, you don't watch cable or satellite anymore? I watch stuff off of the internet. That's basically it. Like, I have internet. I don't pay for cable. I don't have a satellite subscription. The internet works great for me, and so it's a trap. It's a super big expense in some cases to a lot of people. Hey, thank you very much, by the way. I hope you're having a great day. But yeah, it is often a trap. They don't deliver enough good stuff either. You guys ever notice? So if you do binge watch something ever, you're out of it like that, and then there's just I don't know, like nothing. There's really not a lot of good stuff. Oh, which is the other one, like Vanilla Skies or something like that. I watched some freaking really good one with Tom Hanks in it, and I don't even like him that much. But it was super good. It was a movie, you guys. Defiance? I haven't seen that. Oh, do you guys remember when um MTV used to have Adult Swim on TV way late at night, like when you like probably should have been asleep? I loved that. I used to watch Adult Swim all the time when I was a kid. I know that's probably not something you're supposed to say, but like I would literally sneak up if I had to. I think I was in middle school about the time Adult Swim came out. But that's when where Eon Flux and all that stuff comes from is the Adult Swim. And that used to be so good for cartoons and stuff like that. There's really not something like that anymore, I don't think. Oh, they have Adult Swim on Cartoon Network now? Oh. Okay. I didn't know that. Good. They should have that. That's freaking. I watched that a lot. There were some crazy things on there. Like, I feel that we got boring all of a sudden out of nowhere, like on stuff. When I was a kid, it wasn't just like, hey, let's shove some propaganda in here and think we're edgy. It was like, hey, let's make this edgy. And it was just edgy. Not like, hey, we're just trying to rhetoric you to death. And that's not edgy. That's just rhetoric. But like, holy crap, there was some stuff. It was. It was super fun to watch. You. Oh, crap. I don't even know if you can get away with putting some of the stuff on now. I was just remembering, actually, I don't even know how to say it without getting in trouble on the internet. Well, I remember some shows from Adult Swim that I don't know if they would be so kindly welcomed with our modern society standards of moral superiority on everything. It makes funny stuff less funny when everybody has to be so serious about everything. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to say that we need to be like horrible people making fun of things that are so valuable and stuff. But sacred cows, yeah, they're for one thing and that's for sacrifice. They're not really we have too many sacred cows in our society that are ridiculous. I agree. I just like to laugh my butt off. I've heard hilariously offensive jokes at my exact stereotype. Because everybody to a point is going to confine into some stereotyping, by the way, you guys. Um, Sometimes it's freaking funny as heck. I mean, like, no offense, but some of the stuff everybody does is funny. We should be able to make fun of everything that everybody does. Just because you really don't need a reason to make fun of stuff. Like, that's my thoughts, but, you know. I'm not saying that we should be cruel to people either, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel we were much funnier in the 1980s. Do you guys remember Andrew Dice Clay? That guy was frick funny. Just gonna tell you guys. I was even a young kid when Andrew Dice Clay was doing his stick. But that guy's poetry and stuff, super offensive. Super hilarious. I actually don't think that he would be allowed to do his stuff anymore. They'd be trying to cancel him, get rid of him. And in all honesty, all he does is tell jokes. mean, now he just probably chills and makes money off of his royalties, but I'm gonna just be honest. I don't know if him or Richard Pryor. It's a form of satire, 100%. It should be totally protected. I agree. All satire by the absolute Constitution and by just like outlawing being satirical against something is retarded. Should always be protected. I don't care what somebody's making fun of. Like the ability to make fun of power for one should be guaranteed. If you can't make fun of those in power, you live in a tyrannical nation. Just gonna be honest. Like, that's just how it is. Um, it just that is just a huge deal. You should be able to mock power. Uh, it doesn't mean you're correct. You know what I'm saying? But well, I think we all agree that everybody should have a right in some capacity to actively, I don't know, non-violently, like be like, nah, that's stupid. I'm gonna make fun of that. Even stuff I agree on somebody being able to make fun of it. You know what I'm saying? Because in their mind, it might seem absolutely stupid as crap. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean it is, just in their mind. And so, and it's the same in my mind when I think somebody's stuff is stupid as crap. It's a reserved right for me to be like, oh, that's stupid. I'm going to make fun of that. I can't stand cancel culture, and I don't believe in just being hateful either, right? So, but the thing is, you don't have a compulsed obligation to be nice. That's why it's valuable to be nice. The reason we like it when people are nice is because nobody has to be nice at you. I choose to be nice. But can I tell you, if somebody was able to compulse me to be nice, I would choose not to. Like, I have the choice to be kind to people or not be kind to people. And the ability for it to be my choice makes it have value. When somebody just goes around making people act in a specific way, that's just ridiculous crap. Like, nobody has the ability or right to compel you to be kind about something, period. Even if you should. It's just not somebody's power to say, oh, you need to be nice. You should be nice. But, yeah, you have a right to not be nice. You have a right to be disagreeable on things you disagree with. Now, you don't have a right to get all openly hostile and violent towards people on stuff. That's where people cross the line. You know what I'm saying? We need to have a culture of being able to like disagree with people, mock each other, and not get all violent at each other. Like flat out. I don't like a lot of words. To be honest, I support people's ability to say those words, even though I think most of the time when people say stupid words, it literally just defines them. Like, legitimately, if you say certain words around me, I'm gonna just think really negative about you. I'm gonna think that you just I'm not gonna think as highly. It would legitimately affect how, because most of it's stupid. I mean, and that's just how I see it. Um, like, I don't like it when people use categorical diminishments, like words that are just meant to diminish whole groups of people, I'm not a fan of that. It really annoys me, and it absolutely makes the person using them seem like a moron. Because what happens is, instead of sitting there and being able to be like, okay, well, this specific individual is incorrect or wrong or has flawed thinking because of this reasons, you actually demonstrate that you actually have no thinking, and you just go to a, I mean, not you, but you guys are all awesome, I'm sure. But when an individual just takes base attacks, like broad-headed attacks on people with generalizations that are meant to diminish people, instead of outlining why somebody's whatever as an individual, I don't think, oh, this is a great argument. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that stuff. In fact, in all honesty, I'm a big, I don't even believe in any of that crap. I pretty much believe that we're just basically a single human race type thing. I don't even like any of the stuff involving that. I think it's silly. I think if aliens invaded, you would just be looking to see if it was a human next to you. I don't think you'd give a crap about how they talked, who they were praying to. I don't think you would care what skin pigment they had. It just seems silly to me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to say that we need aliens to invade us so we can remember that we're all just humans. But legitimately, if anything big was happening, nothing that is a determinate separator in humans, like money, um, geographic crap, language, faith, skin pigment, none of that crap would matter. Like nobody would give a crap. If a ship is going down, if we're being invaded by aliens, if anything substantial in your life is happening, if you're just in a horrible car wreck and being cut out of a car by a paramedic, I don't believe you give a crap anything about that person outside of that they're a human and they're there. And so to me, all of that just is lesser because it would fade if anything was real. You know what I mean? That's how you can tell if something's not important. Because the second something real happens, it's not important. Like, that's it. Oh, aliens exist, probably. I'm gonna just be honest. Uh, do they exist within proximity that they bump into us and stuff? You know what I mean? It's like if there's two dolphins or two whales in the ocean's really big. Both of them can exist and they can both go about their life without ever bumping into each other. I don't know for a fact, you guys. Like, I don't actually have factual knowledge that there's aliens, just for the record. I just believe on mathematical reasoning and the size of space as a whole that there's likely some other sentient life out there. Outside of that, my opinion is just like, oh, I think it would be neat if there were other civilizations that weren't as just absolutely ridiculous as us right now. But as for like knowing for sure, you know what I mean? I have no idea. Like I've heard people and stuff like that to say like, oh, I saw this, I saw that. I've never seen anything like legitimately. And so, I've watched documentaries. If they're telling the truth, interesting. If not, I wouldn't know anymore. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Bella, I hope you're having a great day. And so I don't know either way. I do know a lot of people claim to have seen stuff. Um, Maybe they have. We have billions of people on this planet, though. And so, you know, I don't know. But my opinion is that if that there are aliens, I would really appreciate it if they have their stuff together more than us. And I would like us not to get judged over our governments. I feel a lot of cases, people's governments don't act like how we would act. I'm doing pretty good on these Zoodles, or Zadals. I'm doing awesome, actually. So I think most people on their own are super decent. And then I think that we get marshaled into these camps of who we are, and we end up being not so decent sometimes. And so I think governments do naughty stuff on a constant basis in the name of their citizenry. And so if there are aliens, I would prefer them to like judge us like kind of as just people and not like lump us into whatever they think our governments did over the last 60 or 70 years. Right? I didn't probe anybody. Just saying. I don't know if that stuff happens. I don't want to know. And I hope they have good food that we can actually eat. If there were aliens, you would hope that they would have a whole bunch of contributions. You know what I'm saying? I think people on their own by default of their nature are decent. And then I think then a whole bunch of stuff gets ground into them. And then it's dangerous. Think about it. The aliens will have food. They're going to have alien junk food. I don't know. They probably have some good entertainment. Yeah, that'd be freaking fascinating. Honestly, just having a fully alien culture for us to be able to interact with would be epic. And part of the reason why is, can you imagine how many jobs would be created in just trying to understand each other? And I'm not saying that the economy matters in the second we have alien contact. But I am saying that if you're planning on, if there is an alien thing going on ever, the first few people to learn the language and learn any of the stuff are going to do really well for themselves, I would think. Because, of course, for all we know, the aliens are all mental communicate. There will be a zero miscommunication for the first time in history. I don't know. What's you guys' thoughts on that stuff, by the way? They always do that. They're naughty. I don't know if you guys think that aliens are a real thing, not a real thing. I legitimately say I think they're mathematically likely to be real, but I don't know about the whole contact thing yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to argue on that. I don't know that they would consider us super intelligent. I mean, context-wise, what we really might seem like primitive. Like, we do some pretty primitive stuff, you guys. And I'm not sure what non-primitive alien stuff looks like. But I'm pretty sure it looks different, I hope, than the way we act. Yeah. I don't know either way. I do think that there were probably, there's probably aliens out there. I don't know why they'd want to necessarily contact us. Like, you know what I mean? What would we have to offer? And in all honesty, we're kind of crazy. We're like a guaranteed potential conflict. I really do feel that humanity, and I've always even felt this about like And I'm not trying, this is not a bash against U.S. diplomacy in any capacity, right? But because we change politically so often, and because it can swing from right and left, you know, which is partially a good thing. I always felt that, like, to most people, observing humanity and stuff and our treaties and breaking of treaties and stuff like that, that humanity looks schizophrenic. And I'm not trying to be mean, but like, I don't know that I would trust us to, you know, like, I wouldn't trust humanity with a deal. Like, if I were aliens, I'd be looking and I'd be kind of going, like, I don't know, like, they don't even make it 50 years without changing what they think about something and changing 100% who their buddies are and all kinds of other crap. I'm like, I don't feel 50 years is a huge mark of stability. I mean, like, we don't even make policy sense for even a few years, like, to be honest. And so, like, from an outside perspective, if you were looking at us and trying to figure out, like, well, do we want to make diplomatic contact with this species? Our species seems crazy. I think that. I mean, and I could be wrong, but don't you guys feel even like small countries dealing with the United States, and I'm not trying to be mean, or even Britain probably to a point. I just don't know enough about Britain legal stuff or their international type stuff. But if you're a small country dealing with us, and you get an agreement, and then like 8 years, 16 years passes by or less, and you have an entirely different administration and political will in America, um, we're a totally different person. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's a lot of countries, by the way. I agree with you, Snow Ranger. I don't see how aliens would find us to be a good gamble. You know what I'm saying? Like, for one, I don't know how you would trust an agreement with humans. And I'm not trying to say that aliens don't lie or wouldn't lie or something like that, because I don't know. But if I were aliens, um, I would kind of think that human agreements don't work. Like with our governments. I mean, I think you could make an agreement with a human and be like, okay, Bob, we agree this and this. And I think Bob himself could keep an agreement. But human governments seem to be crazy. Maybe they would want to protect us from ourselves. I don't know. Honestly, to me, we're not, as a species, at any point that we should be even trying to make contact, honestly. I would almost be worried that if we made contact with somebody, they would judge us on how we're acting now. And I kind of think it'd be better if we got a few years to not suck. Like, just to not suck. Like, I don't know. And I'm not saying humans suck, because I think we're freaking awesome as individuals. Like, most of the people I know are awesome as crap. But honestly, nah. If I were an alien, I'd be freaking nervous to deal with humans. And I'd be worried we'd just shoot at them. Like, obviously, if an alien comes here, they're militarily superior, and they could just open fire. But I'm not sure that humans would open fire on aliens. Period. We're crazy like that. No, don't say that. We're gonna suck less in the future. And we will still suck in a different way. Honestly, at this point, I'm starting to think that's the human experience is to suck really bad and then just try to suck a little less the next day, knowing there'll never come a point that you won't really suck, but you will suck less. I mean, like, that's what I feel it goes on a lot. I'm not trying to be mean there, but I feel I'm pretty imperfect. I'm working on being less imperfect, but I'm pretty sure even by the end of life, I'll still be imperfect by a long ways. And, but, you know, that whole little less imperfect is kind of nice, right? That does seem to be the human experience, though, right? Oh, God. I hope to God you don't get killed in your own home either or abused in your own home. No, we don't want any of that stuff happening. You guys, none of you, jeez. No, I hope you have a blissful life and die blissfully in your sleep, dreaming of good stuff. I'm just saying, oh no, I get you. And that could be what happened. Um, I never know what happened. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, I don't guess at it. I think that likely stuff does happen. Um, I just don't know. I like to stay in the pocket of until I know I don't know. Even if my opinion, by the way, is that there's likely some kind of contact ishness. I just, you know what I mean? I know that a lot of people say they've seen stuff. I never have. I try to stay very much honest about what I have or haven't seen because a second you are naughty about that, any credibility you have in that manner dissolves. Like it just dissolves. No, I get you. I honestly, there's the dinosaurs went out in multiple extinctions, though, you guys. The dinosaur, what we consider the dinosaur time period, like humans, literally the little time period that we've lived in is in a very small section of time. The dinosaurs in just a single one of their category sections had 250 million years. Like, and that's a single category. The dinosaurs aren't a single age. They're multiple ages. It's actually insane. Like, what we consider the dinosaurs is huge groups of different animals and time periods, and they were giant. And honestly, what all went down or didn't go down during that time period, I have no idea. Um, I do find that fascinating though, because just the epic proportion of size and scope of certain periods is just so impressive. And the size and scope of the animals, like crazy stuff. Do you guys know that, like, what is it, crocodiles and alligators and stuff like that? They've literally been around for so long. It's not even funny. Like, just so long. And I can't remember if it was jellyfish or which weird thing it is, but there's actually a lot of oh, yeah, they are living. Same with that garfish. You guys, those things are freaking insane. Yeah, there's so many. Like, it's unfathomable the amount of time. Like, just humans have occupied such an insignificant portion of even this planet's history. I mean, like, we're super cool, but we're not, like, as mind-blowing as everybody thinks. Oh, cockroaches are neat too, though. Honestly, yeah, I don't like them. I think they're disgusting, but they're actually fascinating. You know what animal I think is one of my favorite animals from an evolutionary perspective, though, you guys? Is the platypus. Do you know that the platypus can see your nervous system? It can see the nervous system of a clam underneath mud. In fact, under several inches of mud. So they have an optic visual system that basically allows them to see um, electric impulses. They also, do you know, have a spur that's a poison, and this poison will shut down your nervous system. Yeah. So basically, if they spike you with their little spurs, they can see their poison kicking in on you because they can see your nervous system. They are super cute too. But no crap, look it up. Yes, it's the males with their back feet. Yeah, 100%. Is that not crazy? Most people don't know that. Yeah, they're a highly advanced species. They're not like smart maybe, but like evolutionarily, they're super complicated. Like people should be impressed with them. They're like they're a mix of all kinds of stuff. They've got traits that you don't even find in other things. They're from a time period that's super old. Well, there's a possibility all kinds of stuff. If we're in a simulation, then everything in that simulation is real for the purposes of the simulation. Like if your life really was just a simulation, and I don't think it is, um, my opinion is super weird and complicated on the matter, and I don't get into it. Um, but if this was a simulation, it would still be the experience. It would still be your life, just to be honest. Like, it would suck if life was just a simulation, but if it was and it was done well, you wouldn't know the difference and it wouldn't really matter. Like, it literally wouldn't matter. Your life is your experience, no matter real, fake, whatever. I don't think that matters. I personally think we're in a real pseudo-reality, and that's just because I'm not really sure on the whole, like, dimensional stuff, how everything works. And so I don't get into that very much. Yeah. Yeah, to me, it wouldn't matter if it was a simulation or not. It would still be the context of your reality. Like, if you knew it was a simulation and had an ability to exit outside of the simulation, it would matter. But if you only exist in the simulation, it doesn't matter. Like, and in all honesty, I don't believe we're in a simulation like that. I mean, like, do I believe that the physical reality it works how, you know, I don't know. I don't get into that. That's philosophical. Oh, no. Now, if you're an NPC, if you don't have sentient consciousness to make your own decisions and you're set on a routine, yeah, you're a player character if you're in a simulation and you're making conscious decisions. And so you'd be a PC. It literally would be inconsequential. The universe is a space narwhal? Oh, you know what? Narwhals are fascinating. I'm going to tell you, I used to think that was a bullcrap animal when I was a kid. I mean, like, I learned later that it was real. I read and was like, oh, that's real. But for a second, when I saw the first picture of a narwhal, I totally thought that's got to be total bullcrap. Like, and I know that they're real, blah blah blah, but seriously, just a whale with a giant unicorn freaking horn on it didn't make sense as a real creature. I don't know why. It just seemed fake. Ooh, I'd like to be the quest giver too. The quest master. Yeah, if I'm going to be an NPC, I want to be a useful one. That's a good choice. Not one of the town guards that people just trick into combat. Did any of you guys think the narwhal was a bullcrap thing when you first heard about it? It even sounds kind of fake, right? Narwhal. Doesn't sound real. I don't know enough about narwhals to be like, to give you guys biological facts on those guys. To be honest. Big whale looking thing with a unicorn horn. Which, honestly, I've never seen a narwhal unicorn horn. You would think that'd be something that you'd see at a museum or something. It does. It looks fake. It doesn't look like it'd be a real creature. It's okay. It is a real creature, but... You know the other one that I kind of thought was bullcrap, but like is fascinating, is ligers, right? Ligers are in Dungeons and Dragons, the actual game books. And so I always thought when I was a kid that they were just a made up thing in Dungeons and Dragons, right? Oh, Diablo 4 is absolutely fun as crap. Yeah, Diablo 4 is absolutely fun. I'm having a really good time with it. Oh, well, I don't even know what a Walpern tiger is, actually. I've never heard of that. Oh, I'm having a blast with it. It's freaking epic fun. And I'm going to tell you, I've got myself killed a bunch. Like, the hardcore is freaking brutal. It's brutal. Like, just straight up, they just do not give a crap. Like, I'm on guy number maybe 8 for hardcore, you guys. I don't know if it's really 8, but it does seem like it. Oh, well, ligers are real. I thought that they were bullcrap because I thought they were also just mythology stuff. Turns out those are real. And what else was real that I actually thought was kind of bogus that's a video game thing? Oh, mole rats. Okay, where I live, I've never lived somewhere where we've had mole rats. So, like, I saw mole rats. The first time I ever saw a mole rat was in Fallout. Okay? And, flat out, I was like, oh, that's a disgusting freaking creature. I'm glad those don't exist. So then one day, I can't remember what was said, but then it made me think, oh, I better Google that and see if those exist. And I thought to myself, WTF. I literally was discounting the mole rats from existing. They weren't covered in my zoology classes in college, I'm just saying. Nobody covered the mole rat. They cover a lot of animals, but they don't cover them all. So sometimes you're like, well, I took zoology, I should know about this. And then you find out, nope, you took like a class of zoology. If you would have become a zoologist, you probably would know about that. But I mean, I wasn't a zoology student. All biology students had to take, well, yeah, no, you have to. You have to take biology, like the zoology, the cellular biology, the botany and stuff like that if you're a biology student, period. And then you get to pick like 5 or 6 classes, depending on how many program credits they're worth, that like are within your specific concentration. And so basically you know a little bit about a bunch of stuff and then some stuff about something. Super exciting. I'm not a biologist as a profession, you guys, at all. I like biology though. I need to cut more trees to raise my bio. What is my biology at? That's a great freaking. I do need to in real life too, guys. Honestly, can I tell you the biology program in colleges is super pleasant. Oh man, it doesn't show my biology on here. Hold on, let's find out what this is. My biology in real life is. Oh, I really do need to get this guy up too. Me and that guy. I don't know why that guy was just sitting there looking at me. You'd think he would have attacked. So if I ever got rich, I would just go back to school. Like super rich where you can just do what you want and take naps during the day. Um, I'd have to schedule college around my nap time. But I'll tell you what, I really actually loved college. I thought it was super fun to learn everything. What I would like to have, though, is if I were just, because now I don't need any degrees or anything. I already have them. Um, so I would just be going for fun. I would be taking like a yoga and a pottery class in like the morning. Then I would go and take a nap. Then I would come back and take a real class where we were learning something actual. Yeah. That'd be it. That'd be it. 3 classes a day. 1 nap a day. One of the classes would be a yoga class every time. I'm going to tell you what, that's freaking very pleasant. If you guys have never, and I don't care what age you are. Oh, I would still play video games. Yeah. I don't consider that part of my, like, stuff. I just consider that I play video games, I enjoy them, stuff like that. But as a, hey, for fun, no, I would 100% go back to college. I love it. I actually thought it was super fun while I was there. Oh, I'm going to tell you, you're about to enjoy the crap out of it. You don't even know. And if you ever need help, let me know. I'll help you in there too. It's super addictive. Like super addictive. I hope you have a blast, man. I hope you have a freaking blast. Yeah, excellent game. Yeah, honestly, if I could just get away with putting out content media stuff and going to college for my own personal development and like having time to work out, personal improvement, I would consider that super successful in life, honestly. Like I know a lot of people are like, if you get like oh, there is no paladin. So they're supposed to add more classes later, and the paladin freaking better be the one that they add. You know how many people are pissed about this paladin situation? I don't like Whoopi Goldberg. Do you know that's not her real name at all, honestly? I can't remember what her name is, but her name isn't Whoopi Goldberg. That's a stage name. And her real name fits her more, just so you guys know. That was the only movie I actually think I've ever watched that I thought that I didn't dislike her is Sister Act. And I think that that was her big make it movie. She was in Ghost too, but in all honesty, anybody could have played that part in Ghost. And honestly, I thought Ghost was kind of a crap movie. I mean, like, it's a little bit stupid. Yeah, Carol Johnson, that's her real name. I like Patrick Swayze. I think he's cool. I always thought he was cool because of that one show, The Roadhouse. A super good old movie. But I'm not really that was not the. I'm not a fan of hers, honestly. I think she's a horrible person. Like, and everybody's different. A lot of people really like her, and they can do that. I personally think Whoopi Goldberg's not a big fan of her. I think she could have been replaced in almost any movie and would have never mattered. I honestly think I could AI her out of Sister Act and you would not give a crap. Just gonna say. She literally plays herself in everything. Like, there's nothing. And that's my thought. I mean, like, what? They have her talk in her normal way and pretend to be soulful. That's Whoopi Goldberg's whole shtick. And so, I absolutely don't think. I thought that the character that they wrote for her was awesome. I honestly don't think it would matter if they replaced her out. Like, she didn't carry it. She didn't make that role like unique or individual in a manner that like it was profound. And so I think that the character that they gave her has been good. I think she's had some good roles. That's basically what I think. To be honest, she's a crap actor who's got some good roles, and nobody talks crap about her because she's a freaking nutty activist. But in all honesty, her acting skills are shit. Like, legitimately. Like, have you been moved by it? Like, was it seriously soulful? I can't think of anything she's ever done that was like, oh, that was deep. That scene moved me. Like, none. She's comic relief. She's the equivalent of Donkey in Shrek. That's right. I said it too. That's how I see it. It's okay. A lot of you guys probably really like her. I like some people that you guys probably don't like. Everybody likes different people. I just profoundly, as an actor, I don't think she could carry a scene any better than a Pell shot full of holes can carry water. Like, that just, you know. Now, there are some people I don't like that are super good at what they do. I'm not a big fan of a bunch of people as their personal behavior, but I think that they're super good at what they do. Like, whatever, what is that girl's name? Taylor Swift, right? I personally, not the biggest fan of her as a person, but I think that she has done super well. I'm never going to be a Taylor Swift music fan, but I'm not going to down her accomplishments at all, for sure. Look at that. We got another global. I don't even know. These are super low level. Justin Bieber's the other one. In fact, I don't know if Justin Bieber does stuff anymore. I don't really like Justin Bieber that much. I don't know him, so I don't dislike him either. His music is absolutely not my cup of tea in any capacity. I think he's probably pretty good at what he does. Like, straight up. Actually, there's a lot of people like that are not my cup of tea, but seriously For what they do, they know what they're doing. Like, they do it well. Yeah, I wish more people were like that. Where, like, they're so good at what they do, even if you don't really like them that much, you're like, yeah, not the biggest fan. But at least they don't suck. Oh, I heard of this Strange New World. I haven't seen that. That's the new Star Wars, right? I mean, Star Trek. I apologize, you guys. Alright, everybody's pissed at me now. If you want to start fighting words, you confuse Star Trek and Star Wars. That'll piss off everybody in a day. Is that good? Oh, I actually don't know why you would buy anything but the standard pack. Here's the reality. For people that streamed the deluxe pack and the early access stuff made sense to do, the game's out now. I don't understand what you get out of the other packs now that the game's out. Like, so, and I could be wrong, but to me the whole point of the other packs was the early access crap and stuff like that, which honestly for most people didn't matter. Because like it was for streamers and stuff like that where like, oh, if I could get access 4 days early, I can pump out a whole bunch of videos and stuff. But for anybody that's just starting now, I don't know what the advantage would be. It doesn't. I don't see a great advantage. Like, what do you get out of it? Anyway, you know what I mean? To me, I definitely got something out of it because I was doing the pre-stuff and making sure to get videos on beta. But if I was just going to start right now, I would probably just buy the normal pack. And that might be the wrong choice because I haven't scrutinized it, you know what I mean? Like what is that old show that used to be on that Consumer Watch show where they'd scrutinize all kinds of stuff for you? I haven't done that. But in my eyes, the whole idea of why people would have got that deluxe edition was because they were streaming. It wasn't really. It didn't have any big advantages for somebody that wasn't a streamer. Literally, what you get: early access and early access. You could play during beta, which was 2 different weekends of gameplay, which basically people used to do content media. And then you got 4 days early access before it dropped, in which literally the only people that were doing anything with that were pretty much streamers and stuff like that, getting videos on, hey, it's about to drop in classes and stuff. And so at this point, you don't get any early access. What do you even get? Like, yeah, no, I would totally go with just the standard. And I hope I'm not misinforming you. To me, I don't see anything that somebody that's not going to be streaming past tense. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know about the DLC expansion pass. So maybe it's worth it. I like literally, how would you know though? I want them to make it worth it. Got a lot of these zoodles though. The Zoodle reminds me a little bit too much like a Argonaut, like it's the cousin of the Argonaut on this planet. Trying to think of who it is that I really like lately that I thought was profound and I used to not like them. You know who I like this guy's not super profound, but I like him, and I wouldn't have guessed that I was gonna like him so much. Is Joe Rogan. And I don't know why I wouldn't have guessed that I would like him so much. But honestly, I don't agree with all of his thoughts on everything. You know what I'm saying? But Joe Rogan's super freaking interesting guy. I don't know if you guys have ever watched that guy's show, but he covers a lot of stuff, interviews a ton of people on a diverse amount of subjects. The thing is, he's really good about listening to people too. And he's actually pretty good as an interviewer. Just straight up. Because, I don't know, he just interviews a lot of people on subjects I would never have guessed a MMA fighter necessarily interviewing people on. But that's why you don't judge people on stuff like that, right? He's an MMA fighter that literally means nothing. He could freaking be a brilliant, brilliant guy. You know what I'm saying? Which he obviously is a brilliant guy to a point. I mean, none of us are on everything, but straight up, I actually think Joe Rogan's a pretty interesting guy. Oh, I have no idea if it's taxed or not. I'll look in a second. I'm doing well anyway, so I'm not that worried about it. I don't really look at that stuff as much as everybody else probably does, the tax thing, unless it's like offensive taxes. I do want to see if Firebug's on though, real quick. Okay, I'm trying to catch Firebug. We gotta find him and figure out which planet he's on. He's on Planet Tulin. I could be on my way to Planet Tulin. I'm going to get our stuff done. Oh, yeah, no, it's a super big game. Like, you're going to love it. It's open worldy. I'm serious. You're about to enjoy it. Now, let's hope that you have better magic item drop than my last freaking hardcore guy. I'm going to tell you, I've been struggling on my last guy that I'm currently playing. He has not been being given any good magic items. It's all just total crap. And so I'm a little bit worried about that. But on most of my guys, my magic itemness is good. Oh yeah, no, I agree. That every end of the month they have their thing. That's probably why he's there. Actually, that's probably why I should head there too. I could codex some stuff on Tolan. I like that planet. It's an excellent planet, you guys. It wasn't a long time ago, though. They've done super big things to Tulin. In all honesty, a long time ago, it was kind of a mess. You couldn't spawn, like, vehicles on it and stuff. The first time I went there, I was never coming back. Oh, okay, the sorceress is super fun. So what's going to throw you off is a little bit of the mechanics for a second, but I think once you have it down, you're going to love the game. Just going to say that overall, it's freaking fun. And the cutscenes are really high quality. Like, seriously good, high quality cutscenes. In which I appreciate that. These guys are tough. Okay, let's see what we're at. I'm going to say we probably did pretty freaking good. I'm gonna zap us back somewhere. Um, so what happens is it cutscenes your character down out of it. And there's some weird like prestige mission stuff for the different character classes. Most of the actual overlying plotline stuff seems to be the same outside of your like class prestige mission stuff. And then that's where it varies. I'm going to see what we're at. I didn't look to see how much shrapnel we had when we started, you guys. So honestly, even though we spent 300 ped, I'm not really going to actually know how much we burnt because it would have took me taking good numbers to start with, and that kind of it didn't happen. So we probably are up, but in all honesty, I don't know how much we'd be up or not. Like we could be up, we might be just break even, we even could be a little down. When we didn't take numbers at the beginning of the run, it's impossible for us to say. I did get a good amount of globals and stuff, which, makes you think, oh, well, that looked good. But looked good doesn't mean anything. Oh, the Sorcerer is super fun. The Necro is super fun. And once again, there's like, I don't know. Just play. You're going to have a blast. I promise. Like, it took me a second, but the storyline is excellent. And once you're good at your mechanics on it and stuff like that, super freaking super good play. I have a blast on it already. I'm super loving it. Like it's one of the better games I played in the last long time. And in all honesty, I wish they would just be more consistent with putting out high quality games. Just because it really is disappointing to spend a bunch of money on a game and then be like, oh, well, that's great. I just bought that giant game and I've been working my butt off for this long to not have any capacity to enjoy this game at all. Entropia is great. Diablo's great. I got this one game that was supposed to have something to do with these people are not even uh, there's people listed that they're playing Entropia, and I'm trying to raid onto somebody, and some of them are playing random stuff that's not Entropia, you guys. In fact, a whole bunch of people are not playing Entropia. What the crap? Do people just put that they're playing Entropia and they just like, okay, I'm rating this person, they're playing Entropia. I don't understand why people would put that they're playing Entropia and then play random other games that look nothing like it, but teach their own. I want to thank you guys very much for being epic, being just freaking awesome as heck. Hope you have a great day and peace and very best wishes.